What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham news update. Now, EGX is finally over. I mean, it's over for LEGO Batman 3. I'm not sure if it's still going on, but LEGO Batman 3 is done. It's, it's shown what it had to show, and that's why we were watching it, let's be honest. And, yeah, they've shown off some new characters, new abilities, more info on the DLCs, and just tons of stuff. There's also a brand new screenshot which has been released, which I'll show first. But, yeah, just tons of stuff to talk about. And also, probably most people will probably be most excited about this is something a lot of you were worried about has been put to rest, so you can rest easy. I'm not going to tell you what it is until the end of the video, of course, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first off, if you cast your mind back to 1989, a Batman movie released, directed by Tim Burton, I believe, and starring Jack Nicholson as the Joker and Michael Keaton as Batman, aka Bruce Wayne. And of course, one of the most famous things from that movie was, of course, the car. The car is like, when you see that now, you're like, oh, I remember that movie. It's a really nice, definitely very comic accurate take on the Batmobile. For Batman. And this is actually going to be an unlockable in the game. Now, I did find out, I was thinking, oh, this will obviously be a part of the 75th anniversary DLC pack. No, it's not. You actually unlock Tim Burton's Batmobile in the game itself, so you don't need a DLC or anything. So Wii U users, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, all of you will be able to unlock Tim Burton's Batmobile, which is really cool. Not sure if there's going to be any more Tim Burton style content. I personally think it'd be really cool to be able to play as the Tim Burton Batman and Joker, because there's just so many combinations. You can play as like the Batman and Robin which your parents grew up with, and then you can play with the ones from our era. So we can make characters like Adam West meet Christian Bale's Batman, and to me that is incredible. I mean, it's such a small thing, but that will never happen. That will never happen in any other game apart from LEGO games. And well, maybe the Arkham games, they sometimes do it. I believe Arkham Origins had the Adam West costume, but still, I mean, it's just amazing how the LEGO games do this. They introduce all these characters and you think, well, that wouldn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't matter, it's fun. The LEGO games are all about fun, so if you want to be Adam West and drive around in Tim Burton's Batmobile, you can do that. It's the LEGO games. It's what they do. Alright, so now onto the EGX reveals. So, if you remember back in LEGO Batman 2, when you played as Superman, you could fly around, and every time you began to fly, it would play the classic Christopher Reeve Superman theme, It played that amazing theme, just flying around Gotham, lots of fun. Well, now, with LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham, there's no word on if that theme is still in the game. However, when the player starts flying as Wonder Woman, the game will play the Wonder Woman theme song from the show back in the 1970s. So that's like, Wonder Woman! It's really cheesy, but it's just so cool, and I think, I just don't know how they think of these things. I mean, it's amazing. Just a tiny thing like that, you can just tell that Traveller Tales have a great time making these games. They make them in passion. They said this game's like a love letter to not just Batman, but the entire DC universe, and I could completely agree with them there, absolutely. Another really cool feature that's been announced, before we get onto the characters, is this really cool feature is basically, if you leave the cursor on a character for long enough, the game will begin to play a tune which sings the character's name using the 1960s Batman and Robin TV theme. So, for example, if you have your cursor over Harley Quinn, it'd be like, da 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 Harley. It's so cool. I mean, again, it's really cheesy, but it's brilliant. And again, some people might not like it, but I think the majority of people, if they're holding that cursor on long enough, they're bound to want to hear it. So if you don't want to hear it, then just quickly choose your character, and it's easy as that. Personally, for me, I'm going to choose it every time, because I can't wait to see every theme for every character. It's just going to be so cool. Alright, so now on to Beast Boy. So, Beast Boy has already been revealed, I know, but what wasn't revealed is actual gameplay or screenshots of what he could transform into. I mean, we knew he was, you could play as Beast Boy and you could transform into a gorilla, but we never saw anything else. So, for example, here we can see that Beast Boy turns into a bird. You can fly around, so you double jump. I think Arthur Parsons said that you double jump and then Beast Boy will transform into a bird and you can fly around. Really cool character. He can do almost anything. I mean, if there's any obstacle in your way, chances are Beast Boy can easily overcome it. Another thing he can transform into is a shark. So in the gameplay, I'll put the link in the description because you guys need to watch it. I mean, you know, I'm trying my best to analyze it, and I think it's definitely worth watching, but definitely watch the gameplay. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. You see Beast Boy turn from a bird into a shark. He just jumps in the water, and it's so seamless, and it's just a smooth transition from a bird to a shark. It just looks so cool, and you know, swimming around it and everything. And Arthur Parsons also said, you know, you can do all of this in the open world. And he actually said the words open world. So everyone, again, who was worried there wasn't going to be an open world, please don't worry anymore, because there is. There's absolutely an open world. And of course, the last thing that he had said that you could transform into was a gorilla. And it was really cool how he turned into a gorilla, actually. Like, you know, like the King Kong thing where he hits his chest with both arms. He did that. And then you know, then he transformed, and you could smash everything, turned into like a big figure. And also, when you're not in a transformation, Beast Boy also transforms again when he's in combat. So I'm trying to remember. I think his hand turned into a shark's mouth or something. It was something like that, and you could like bite enemies with your fist and things. He's a really crazy character, but personally one of my most anticipated to play as, because you could do so many things. It's absolutely insane. Now, this is a very strange character, but I really like him at the same time. I like everyone in this game, even the characters I was like, really? Who's that? I mean, why could he do these things? Really crazy, silly ones, but I still love them. But yeah, this is Polka-Dot Man, and Polka-Dot Man is, to me, personally, I've never heard of him. I've never heard of him. You huge DC fans probably have heard of him, but I've never heard of him. But now I love him. Just by this gameplay, I think he looks like such a fun character to play as. So anyway, Polka-Dot Man can throw, of course, polka dots. He can throw them and, you know, smash things and defeat enemies with them. Really cool. He also runs around really crazy. He's got some crazy running and walking animations. He can also turn into a ball, which is pretty cool. And he can even fly. So he can do quite a lot of things in this game. You know, they've really tried to give each character as many abilities as possible. So it makes you think, I don't know who to choose. I think that's the best part about Lego Batman, or the Lego games in general. Is like, when they put this much effort into characters, it's like, yeah, I might play as Batman, but I might play as Superman. And then you think about it, and you're like, they can do everything I was hoping to be able to do. Why should I choose one or the other? It's just, it'll make you want to keep playing as more and more and more different characters every time you start up the game, and I think that's amazing. So yeah, Polka-Dot Man looks like a really fun character, and apparently he's a bad guy, so that's kind of interesting. I don't think he appears in the story, but that would be pretty cool. But yeah, he's an unlockable playable character, and he looks definitely really cool. Apart from showing, you know, the gorilla version of Beast Boy, they also announced another playable big figure in the game, and that is actually the firstborn son of Darkseid, and his name is Kalibak. Now, Kalibak, he's just like another big figure, you know, he can smash everything in sight. His design is amazing, he looks so cool. I mean, the guys at Traveler Tales, they do an excellent job of recreating a character from a comic book, a movie, a cartoon, anything, and just making it into a Lego figure or a Lego big figure. They always do it justice, and I find that amazing how they do that. Notice also, Arthur Parsons said he's the firstborn son of Darkseid. Now, I'm not sure if Darkseid's been confirmed, but if you've got Darkseid's son in the game, then come on, you have to have Darkseid. I mean, he has to be playable. I could be wrong. I could have, you know, there's so many characters in this game. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, no, Ben, you're wrong. Darkseid's already in the game. I'm like, oh, right, I see. So I do forget sometimes. But yeah, it's his firstborn son of Darkseid. And I believe next year, on the DC line of Lego figures, Lego sets, there will actually be a Darkseid big figure. And most of the Lego sets that come out now become playable in a game. Like, for example, Batman's spacesuit, Green Lantern, and Sinestro are going to be in a Lego set next year. And all of that is playable in Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So I think it's very safe to say right now that Darkseid will probably be in the game. Alright, so now on to Deadshot. So I think Deadshot was actually in Lego Batman 2. I believe he was one of the villains you could fight, and also one of the playable characters. Again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was one of the playable characters. Or I might be mistaking him for Hush, because I think Hush was playable. But anyway, Deadshot has a brand new design in this game. He doesn't have the same costume that he was wearing if he was in Lego Batman 2, if I'm right. He's actually armed with some pretty crazy weapons. I mean, I don't know what they are. They're not pistols, but they're like Well, actually, they probably are, but like very technical side pistols. You know, they shoot more rounds than usual, and he's just a very dangerous character, really. Also, what they showed off with Deadshot is he has this ability where it makes the whole screen go red for like a brief second, and we weren't told what that is, but I believe it'll be a similar ability to. For example, in Lego Marvel, Spider-Man, of course, had his spider sense, and when you used it, it would reveal hidden items in the area and hidden Lego pieces, so you could, you know, dig them up and things. I'm pretty sure that Deadshot probably has a similar ability to that. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about probably the funniest character that I've seen being added to this game yet, and that is actually the Music Meister. Now, he is a pretty hilarious character. He has some crazy musical attacks that feature things like guitar riffs and even explosive musical notes, which, again, is just, it's nuts. I mean, when we actually play as him and we'll hear all the music and things, it'll be even cooler, but from the gameplay, you can already see that he's going to be a pretty funny character, but also a really fun character to play as well. Also, when he's running, he always seems to be dancing around and just being happy as anything, you know, just enjoying life. He's just spinning around. He's a pretty crazy character, but I definitely think he's going to be a lot of fun to play as. Now, here is one of the most requested characters for LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. It is, of course, Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. Deathstroke has finally been confirmed. Everyone can stop worrying. He is in the game. I could stop worrying because I really wanted Deathstroke to be in this game, and he is. He looks amazing. I absolutely love his design, and I love his abilities. Deathstroke can do everything you'd expect him to do. You know, he attacks with his sword when he's doing melee. He can throw his staff, and of course, he uses his pistol. He's a very dangerous character, and he just looks so awesome. I mean, again, they just do so much justice to these characters, and I honestly can't thank Traveler Tales enough. Everything you hope for, or everything personally that I've hoped for that'll be in this game, neither big or small, it doesn't matter, it's in it, you know? I mean, I wanted Batman Beyond, I wanted Superman to be able to turn to Clark Kent, I wanted a Dark Knight pack, a Man of Steel pack, I wanted loads of different versions of Batman, and we're getting all of that and more. And it's like they're reading our minds, but really what they are doing is listening. And a lot of developers tend not to do this anymore, which is a shame. But Traveler Tales, they're listening. You know, if you request something, you may not get a reply, but they are reading it and they're thinking, okay, that would be a good idea. We'll think about that. So, you know, if you still have any ideas, definitely throw them to them because they will be listening, they will be watching, and they'll definitely think about it. Alright, so we've talked about all the characters that have been revealed, but one thing that you all probably really wanted to know after the video I did the other day was, what about the Batman Beyond DLC? You know, what about Batman of the Future DLC pack? What's happening with that? Is it still PS3 and PS4? Well, the good news is, basically, Batman of the Future DLC pack, aka Batman Beyond, will be available in Europe when you pre-order the PlayStation 3 or the PlayStation 4 version. So we get that basically when you pre-order it only in Europe for either PS3 or PS4. However, in December-ish, they've said, they don't know exactly when, but around December time it will be available to Xbox 360 users, and they didn't say PC. Obviously it won't be on Wii U, sadly, but they didn't say PC, but I would assume it would be. I mean, you know, with the majority of LEGO games that have come out recently, what was it, LEGO Marvel and the LEGO Movie, they both had DLC packs on Steam, so I wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, the DLC packs coming to Steam for this game as well. So I wouldn't worry, PC fans, I honestly wouldn't worry. I definitely think that the Batman Beyond DLC pack is coming to both Xbox and PC. So yeah, guys, that's really good news. I'm really glad to see that you all get to play as him finally. No word on the Rainbow DLC pack. I'm not sure. I think that probably would. I mean, in December, what I think will probably happen is if there are any more DLCs that are going to be exclusive, what they'll do is they'll just release them on all the stores, then everyone can play them in December. And I think that'll also be a great Christmas gift as well, because December time is, of course, Christmas. And so, you know, if any of you get it for Christmas, you could get the Season Pass, and then you could get all the DLCs, and you would just have this absolutely huge Batman game that you'd play for hours with all these different characters, vehicles, worlds, open world. It's insane. They even said in the live stream, I could be wrong in how they said it, but they basically said you can go to the moon and run around it, you know, free roam on the moon. That is incredible. There's so many things that we don't know about this game yet. It just gets bigger and bigger by the day, and I just cannot wait for it to finally release. Alright, so last but not least, you know, we talked about the Batman of the future, we talked about the characters that were revealed at EGX, but they also went into a little more detail about the 75th anniversary DLC pack. So if you don't know, LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham will be getting a season pass, I believe, was it November 11th, I think it'll be available, and it will come with a Man of Steel DLC pack, a Dark Knight pack, which is of course Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, you know, characters and things, and a 75th anniversary DLC pack, and also 3 more which haven't been revealed, but you will get them anyway, just haven't been revealed yet. You can get them separately if you want, but the season pass is probably better because you get more stuff, you know, you get way more. So anyway, with the 75th anniversary DLC pack, they announced 2 more Batman which we can expect to be playable when you buy that DLC. First off is Zebra Batman. Let me just let that sink in for you a second. Yes, Zebra Batman is a playable costume, character, whatever. And when I first heard that, I was like, I'm sorry, what? Did I hear that right? But yeah, Zebra Batman, playable. Pretty cool. I looked it up. I think it's a very funny costume, and I think, you know, when you play together in co-op, one character could be like Rainbow Batman, and then the other could be Zebra Batman. It just looked really funny running around the watchtower and things. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And the other costume, which is probably the one I'm most excited about, and I was really hoping would be in the game, is, well, basically, I don't want to get people too excited because we could have heard it wrong. But basically, what Arthur called, this is, and I quote, the Dark Knight Batman, big massive Batman. So that's what he said. And when I first heard that, I thought he meant the Dark Knight Returns Batman armor, which I don't want to spoil it, but it's a Superman and Batman film. You know, it's an animated movie. It's you can see an image of it here. It's a big, huge Batman armor. Well, actually, it's expected to be in Batman vs Superman, I hear. So, and I think it was actually in the leaked footage, if I remember correctly. So, you know, to be able to run around with this suit is amazing, and I absolutely love the design. It's just a big, bulky Batman. So, fingers crossed that is actually the suit he was talking about. I may ask him on Twitter to make sure if that is the one, but I'm pretty sure that's the one he's talking about. Alright guys, so that's pretty much everything that was revealed at EGX. I mean, we talked about the characters, we talked a little more about DLC, we talked about some really cool features like the 1960s stuff, the 1970s Wonder Woman thing, all that really cool content. And again, when they were showing off this game at EGX, they had, you know, the character selection screen, and there was so many locked characters. That means there's even more content that we don't even know about yet. Plus the vehicles, we haven't even seen the open world yet. There's tons of things they have yet to show, and I'm sure that I'm not alone when I say this. I just cannot wait to play it anymore. It's going to be an absolutely incredible, not only LEGO game, but also a true love letter to the DC universe. Alright guys, so I want to thank you for watching. Stay tuned for lots more news on LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.